Okay, here we go. All the interesting shit you see people talking about. Uh, you know, look at certain athlete shit. You got people saying, like John Moran is done, and everything like that. I mean, everybody's acting like the guy who does study growth or whatever. You know, and I feel like I don't think the John Moran situation is to that point. We're talking about the motherfucker that actually got basketball ability. So you know. Though it's no more for the dunks and highlight shit, but still, he lost that. But everybody that jumped to conclusions. But the Grizzlies just said they gonna review it. I didn't say I was on this side or that side. I'm just saying what it is. I don't think it's to the point where you're talking stunted. Like, you see what I mean? Um, Again, of course, you had basketball players who had carried guns and known for it, in the past. But this is more like a, dangerous situation. I'm talking about, yeah, Chicago Bulls players. But there was some shit, whatever shit going on where people was trying to get at, Bulls players. It was Mike and Scott at that time. Whether this obviously is factual, but in speaking on, what's considered again like studying or what's over, shit like that, man. They say the same shit about certain boxes, man. Um, like I look at this shit, from an athletic standpoint, the talent versus uh, outside of whatever gym or venue or arena. You got plenty of people that were labeled not necessarily underachievers, but they didn't get like a title shot. I'm talking about boxing has some, most of them. They weren't lacking in talent or shit like that. But when it came down to their title shots, that shit had to do sometimes with the politics of the vision. Boxing politics and bitches can get kind of serious, kind of, for what's gonna, be keepsake for the association and their popularity. You can tell. So that's why you always had like George Benton, gonna be labeled just contender, to professors. So you have a lot of those, the contenders, and then mentioning George Benton, you know, it's crazy, man. Looking at the likeness of Benton real quick. If I breathe some words, man, just taking them on my music shit a little bit, bumping that DJ Screw, baby. They gonna get mad at that. You ain't gotta be goddamn on some big time list. That's just for popularity. Because we talk about the list, they be missing a lot of shit. Like with Kobe Bryant, certain things that he did. You know, they get labeled up. Him and Shaq, who's job, who's about him, and all that. But man, you talk about a duo, and each of them is putting up over 25 points a game, man. That shit ain't no Robin shit, ain't no Batman shit. I once said that about Johnny Arnett. No offense. That is not no Batman or Robin shit. 5 points a game is great. Talking about both players putting that shit up for the seasons on their title runs. Come on, man. Yeah, we taking it back on this shit real quick. look at the same with boxing. You know how motherfuckers get labeled up and they get kind of stuck into the hype. Not necessarily blackball. You could blackball George Benton, but showed up because of the middleweight division was all most contenders, right? Who was really the tops, and that shit just played out and was, if you will, tallied down somewhat of popularity. Not that's a bad thing because you got the fans in it. But once her fight camp talk about the enthusiastic boxing fan, so to speak. And he says because there's not enough of those, he says that ruins boxing. But the enthusiastic motherfuckers keep it going, man. I'm gonna say it like this. I've seen all the article, and this is something way back from Mr. Nasir Muhammad on Anscape. And it's just talking about, Aretha Franklin being a lifelong boxing fan. I know she been around boxers, but I necessarily didn't know she was that much of a fan, but I knew she was around boxers. Yeah, Ali and all that. She grew up, met Sugar Robinson and the Hollywood Bowl, and the child thought he was asshole, but goddamn, met Muhammad Ali, and always was very close friends. And she knew some people, of course, very into Mike Tyson. She was like, when he knocks guys over, they look like trees falling. Knees don't buckle or anything. They just go sideways. But that's no shade in them days for Mike. Before he, I guess, kind of got rid of the peekaboo style. I don't know why he got rid of that. I remember Dwight Muhammad Kawi said, like, if Tyson would have kept to that old shit, he may have beat Evander Holyfield. And that's possible. I would say it's a fact. No offense to Kawi, said he would have beat Tyson. That Tyson would, that Holyfield and Tyson, who would have won, who would have beat who, Tyson would have beat Holyfield. No offense, I say, but it would be more possible if Tyson would have beat Holyfield if he still had the peekaboo shit he learned from Custom Model. Nonetheless, though these are more popular guys, you look at somebody like George Benton, he's trained somebody like Holyfield. He's trained somebody like Purnell, guys who got a bit more popular than him. They got more, title shots, but nonetheless, man, could they really have done that shit without Benton? Probably not to the time defining moments that they did have with Benton in their corner. As we get into that, take it back real quick on some true school sports and kick something on James Tony because we're gonna get into the counter attacking shit real quick. Ooh, okay, this motherfucker a little. In seconds, I get a little water in. This goddamn temperature heated up. picture back real quick. I have a little sound on this shit. Can't get it rocking with that. I'll find something. We're gonna get into some deeper shit about besides who's gonna control who, I guess, gets to put out or gets to get theirs on the, I guess, the big grand stages, of showcasing ability. The deepest shit we're gonna get into is the skills. And the sounds.
Sharp like a steak knife.
That's right. That's right. He was always thinking. Most guys do one thing: they fight offense. They ain't thinking defense. He changed every move he made. Offense, defense, instant, all the time. Every time he throw a punch, he would shield. He would work off your catch to the body. Oh man, it was like poetry in motion. Guess what? And guess what? I've been right there with him from the beginning. He's in my gym.
Yeah? What was the name of the gym?
What is that? Bustle Boxing Gym.
Bustle Boxing Gym?
Yes, it's a recreation center in Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah, and then him and Jackie got their own gym.
Okay.
The private gym. When he became champion, she went and got a nice facility out in the suburbs, and Jane went, training there.
Okay, yeah.
Then he got his own gym. Jackie took him all the way. It was a great team.
Yeah, no, he put on some amazing boxing performances.
Yeah. She did everything she do. Has outstanding management. The management was great for her. She's a really nice person.
Yeah.
Jackie Kelly. She knows her stuff with what she do about management.
We'll rewind this shit back a little bit. Keep on that work James Toney put in.
Yeah. James Toney wouldn't even want to hit a bag.
He's one of the spar.
He loves spar. Believe me, I used to bring a guy over to his gym. Mm-hmm. Get your guy in here and put him in the boxing. They box every day. I mean, that's all James like to do, box.
Yeah, did he? I think I read somewhere one time that he never did any road work. He never ran miles.
Listen, I don't know about the road work. Listen, all I know, he used to know what he do. James was always real eager and attitude.
Yeah, to get in the
ring.
ring.
One day, took out his gun. I'm gonna shoot all these bags off the hands. Yeah,
you serious? Brought a gun in the gym and said,
James said he's gonna shoot all the bags off the chain.
Damn. James was a loose cannon.
Huh?
He was a loose cannon.
Yeah, he was a loose cannon.
Yeah.
James wasn't. Listen, he talked a lot of junk, but he bagged it up. See, I can't deny it. James talked a lot of junk, but he bagged it up. Did you see? They got a lot of videos out like him and German Color was in the gym.
I was actually watching that sparring session the other day.
Them boys, they cutting at each other.
Yeah.
Every minute, every second. See, and that's where you go get that work. And James was that tight, man. Listen, Mike Anon fight.
So yeah,
Mike Anon was slick.
It's one of my favorite fights to watch. It's one of my favorite fights because I'm a big Michael Nunn fan and I'm a big.
Mike Anon, when James Tony fought Mike Anon was at the top of his game.
Oh, I know he was.
But James was so tough and eager and determined. Guess what?
He wasn't gonna be denied.
He wouldn't listen.
He knocked him out in front of his own hometown.
But in a different angle.
Yeah.
James would throw a different shot from a different angle and caught it. He just wore him out. He stayed on it, put the pressure on him, kept fighting from under the bottom, fighting over. You got to do what it takes to win. And then James come in his masterful style of fighting Mike McCallum, fighting Iran Barkley, fighting all the best fights.
This right here is Mr. Jesse Robinson. He also mentions another guy by the name of Keith Lee, who was training at Kronk Gym. But when you look at trainers who was like once contenders, man, ain't no motherfucker like George Benton. I mean, you look at Benton, take a look real quick. Now, I'm not saying his boxing stance is that of legendary middleweight contender and champ Dick Tiger, but look closely at Tiger's stance and base. We'll get the better shot of that shit. Look, Tiger's in the black trunks. Tiger had a bit of a wide stance, but not like Benton. But in relating to George Benton's stance, you see how low Tiger would get. That's how Benton, he was known for getting low, but Benton's stance was a little more wider. And then peeping another fucking point of view. Notice Benton and how he works his stance or his base, however the fuck you want to call it. With people how he works his stance back into a power foot to the lead. Just as Mr. Johnny Smith is coming in to strike, he's able to rework and adjust the base, and the motherfucker had that type of movement. Philly Shell was definitely very progressive. It wasn't just shoulder rolling. Let's say Floyd Mayweather. Benton's in the black trunks here. Look how it's like he starts his base again, just as Mr. Smith is coming in. Step back, lean into the power side, and then we work base back to the lead to slip in or slip out or catch a jab on his glove. It just seems like Ben is just reworking the stance again, and that's some motherfucking quickness. So when you rework that shit again, you have to already have the balance And Ben was masterful in these qualities, leaning off the fucking balance. Of course, for defense, but to lick back on offense with a counter attack. It was the base, definitely. Precise steps coming simply from able to adjust, whirl the base around, or whirl the base back to the power side and come back on through with the lead, off in the lead foot. Ben always had the stance moving, but it wasn't speedy because it's tough when you talking about somebody just constantly working a fucking base to you know create the precise steps against somebody coming in and striking like Mr. Smith. So he puts down Mr. Smith, but Benton constantly's got some bounce into that stance against somebody just coming in straight up off of straight, working the power side into the lead. That's true balance, practicality. Gotta mention that shit with Ben. At this time, like the commentator said, Ben had never been off his feet. Very, very fucking patient, if you will. That's some strength. And to mention that, man, that's going past the black murderer roll time where they go over their skills and how people not really want to challenge them. Ben, he got a little bit of he had a little bit of that reputation, a little bit. So it seemed like it was better past the days of the black murderers roll. Somebody was outside of that. It's like I consider Sugar Ray Robinson somebody outside of that. Ben was even supposed to take Robinson at a point, but Robinson was just making his comeback. It just didn't go through. This was old Robinson, 1955. But Ben was very, very young at the time, like 21 or so. And he would, just become known for the stance, for the movement, the rhythm of the Philly shell, man. And not to give to go into the history of it, but you look at what the Black Murderers was known for with their movements, and you look at James Tony. Tony's known for all the top people in the gyms. So was Mr. George Benton, who was somebody that Tony did learn a bit from. Ben was known for sparring the top cats. His movement allows him to crouch a bit to be able to work the base back to the power side, coming back to the lead, or let's say work the base back to the back foot, right back into the lead as opponent stepping in. Damn near like two steps to one, but it's really more like one movement against the opponent's step. Just checking this shit out here from my DEUX Sense. This is legendary shit, man. Yeah, Ben was definitely more than a shoulder roll type of nigga, man. Real. Rocking this shit a bit, man. A little daytime, man. I gotta do it like that. It's East Coast. Here we go. On the PM, 16th of May. And Janet Jackson's birthday, some shit. Yeah, we be doing it. Some Rhythm Nation shit. A little something like that. Not giving a fuck what the world goddamn feel like they can place somebody and where they can place somebody. Where you that much into your motherfucking craft, man. You keep, and that's world time, man. It can't count. That's for sure. So when you look at all the damn contenders, again, is all these contenders had these fucking, personable qualities. We were harder than Dick Tyson about middleweight contending at the time. I mean, it was a lot of motherfuckers that just really they were fine tuning their craft, man, and it was at the middleweight was just known for that much skill, all in one. Like everybody was nice, like, but all the fucking contenders didn't always get shine. That was the key. And George Benton was probably number one legendarily who didn't really get, the shine time. So we kick that real time shit on right here, man.